Hello, my name is Connor Brennan, and today I will be talking about something that a lot of us don't really know much about yet, but hopefully you can take home some of the things I say and keep them in mind for the near future when you're looking to become a homeowner. When it comes to mortgages, the first lenders that come to mind are Chase, Quicken Loans, and Wells Fargo. For a very long time, Wells Fargo has sat at the top for total volume and revenue for mortgages, both in purchases and refinance. Long before, during, and after the mortgage crisis of 2008, Wells Fargo was held firm as the nation's top lender. It wasn't until November 2017 that Wells Fargo was finally overtaken by Quicken Loans as the number one lender in America. In addition to losing the top spot, Wells Fargo has also been in the middle of a severe lawsuit that involves creating false bank accounts in their clients' names. This was not only an attempt to raise accounts for stockholders, but it was also a way to charge unknowing customers small fees. All in all, Wells Fargo's had a tough 2017, and their troubles have just begun. In early 2018, the Federal Reserve announced that mortgage interest rates would no longer be held down, and they would begin to start letting them climb back to market equilibrium. With the hike in interest rates comes the fact that less people will buy and refinance houses, so this leaves lenders such as Wells Fargo with a bit of a conundrum. With their brand already in jeopardy, and with the decreased volume of mortgages, Wells Fargo has a few different options that they will need to act upon soon. Their first priority is to develop a new round of marketing centered around rebranding and getting the name out there again. Wells Fargo needs to rebuild brand reputation in their customers to develop trust and to stoke more business. They then need to set a goal around cash out refinances. Cash outs, for those of you who don't know, are basically where you go back to a lender and take out the equity you have built in your home. For example, my current loan is $100,000 and my house is worth $300,000. I'm going to get a new loan of $200,000, that $100,000 would pay off my existing loan, and then I'd keep the extra $100,000 I just took out for whatever else I need. Another option for Wells Fargo is to retract marketing and start cutting costs to prepare for the continual rate hike. Since 2008, interest rates have been held down to help stimulate the economy and influence Americans to buy and refinance more. Now that rates are beginning to climb, lenders will have a significant decrease in volume and revenue. So with these issues facing Wells Fargo's future, the best course of action will be to develop a rebranding marketing scheme. Once they're seen in the public eye as a more reliable source, they can use more funds raised from the other areas, such as their checking and savings accounts business, to spend even more money marketing. The idea of spending more in times of low volume and revenue is to ensure your name is out there more than your competitors. With profits being down, other lenders will try and save money by spending less on marketing, and this will sacrifice their market share and make it more readily available for Wells Fargo. We plan on taking hold of that market share by training our bankers to specialize in the benefits of a cash-out refinance. The reason for attacking more cash-out refinances compared to rate and term refinances is because interest rates have already been at an all-time low. Those people who wanted to get out of a high interest rate and get into a lower one have already done that. We are also in a historically high-priced housing market right now, which means additional equity has been gained in houses just from the market climbing itself. So if I bought a house in 2012 for $100,000, it's likely that that the value of the house is worth almost $200,000, which, just like my previous example, which would mean that I almost have $100,000 in equity in my house right now. And so now let's take a look at the handout you have. As you can see, right before the housing crisis, the lowest average interest rate in 2006 was a little above 6%. Right after the crisis, and up until 2014, rates were below 3.5%. And now, more recently, rates are starting to hike up into the 4s, and this is only just the beginning as the Reserve plans on creating more and more hikes. Yes, it is risky to spend more money in low revenue times, but the payoff will be well worth it, as it will make up for itself and increase market share. Compared to alternatives of trying to ride out the low times, Wells Fargo faces no choice but to act soon and to start branding themselves. Rates will only continue to rise, so the sooner they're able to get on it, the better. Wells Fargo has to make itself seem like the only choice. Once they're able to do that, the numbers will follow.